Hi. How you doing? What's going on? Welcome to the replay. Welcome to Daily Fuel. My name is Bobby and I am the host of this group. And Donna is here. Donna, you're the first person whatever it is. Hi, Donna. And you said, hey, hang on a second. This is in the wrong place. Hey, Mikey's here. What's up, buddy? How you doing? How was your birthday? Haven't seen you in a while. Nice to see you. And you've probably been here since your birthday. I don't know what I'm talking about. And Ray is here. Hello. Anyway, enough of you people. Replay people. Let's hang out for just 30 more seconds. If you're in the replay, then say you're in the replay. Say hashtag replay. Hashtag I am in the replay. Hashtag make something up. Let me know that you're here. You can comment. I really like replay comments because sometimes you guys comment about something that I'm saying in that video. And now, like, hours or days have passed that I don't know what the heck I said in that moment that you're like, I agree with this. And I'm like, I don't know what I said at the 22-minute mark 4 days ago. I don't know. But say it anyway because it's fun. It fills my heart with joy. And just like the purpose of this live. So anyway, thanks for being in the replay. All right, enough of you guys. Live people, hello. I like you better. If you're here live, you can start commenting immediately. And if you're new to Daily Fuel, I'm going to go through my spiel. I'm going to ignore all the comments while I'm doing it, but you can keep commenting the whole time. And then when I am done with this part, I'm going to come back to the comments. I'm going to read them. And that's when I feel the magic of Daily Fuel really starts to happen. The back and forth, the discussion, and all of that stuff. Ray is disappointed I'm wearing a shirt. Yeah, sorry, Ray. I know. One of these days I'll just be like, but my son and I have been working out, so maybe after I do that for a little bit longer, then I'll do that. Probably not, but you never know. I mean, who knows what the live could be about one day that I could just be like, today is the day to show off my pecs. Maybe. I don't know. Blake is here. Hello, Blake. Nice to see you. Anyway, it's let's get going. We're probably past the 2-minute mark, right? Where are we? Oh yeah, look at that. All right, let's start. Creation is the joy. Creation is the joy. Yesterday we were talking about failure, and one of my 3 things, because I always have 3 things. So one of them, number 2, was what the heck was it? I don't remember. Hang on. It was, if success is a goal, then failure is anything that is not that goal, right? So in other words, if we have this idea that success in our lives is reaching this grand vision of a goal, then somewhere in that definition we are kind of putting in the head trash that just says, and the belief system that says, well, anything short of that is failure. That's the only way to achieve success is to achieve that thing. So if we don't achieve it completely, 100%, we have failed. And obviously that's silly. That's not how it works. And there's steps to getting there and everything like that. But we sometimes have that feeling. So Kyle commented on yesterday's live to say, can I talk more about that one and changing our perspective, because I said it's not about reaching the goal, it's about the movement, the journey to the goal. He asked me to talk more about that, so that's what today's is going to be about. Because for me, the being in the zone, being in that flow state, being in the pocket, that's what joy is for me. And I think for most of us as artists, we find the most joy, I think, in our art, in the creation of our art. It's in the creation process. It's not because we have created something. Sure, we can look at something that we've done and be proud of it and want to show it off and all of that. It's great. But the real joy of being an artist is actually having the tools in our hands and making the thing, or for performance artists, it's the performance. It's not having done a performance. It's doing the performance. For me as a singer, one of the greatest things for me was being on stage, not getting off the stage and being like, wow, that was great, now I've achieved my goal. No, it was the actual being on stage, singing the songs, doing doing Daily Fuel. That's why I do it daily, because doing it once a week isn't enough. I tried that and I was like, this is boring. I'm bored. I want to go back to it. And here we are. So I think that most of us think of joy as achieving this goal. And actually, I think that joy is really the movement towards the goal. So how do we do it? How do we make that switch? How do we change this perspective if it's in there? We can consciously think of it. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. I will now think of it that way. But we didn't, right? Because you have to rewire things. You have to make new grooves in your brain. You have to change. You have to practice a new belief enough so that it supersedes the old one. So I came up with, and here's number one. So I would say this: try to think of this goal that we have, whatever it is, as a guidepost rather than a destination. Because when we think of it as a destination, I want to lose 20 pounds and be buff so that I can take my shirt off on a Daily Fuel. I'm not gonna do that, but you know what I'm saying, right? So that's the goal, right? So then if I weigh myself next week and I've only lost half a pound, or I gained a pound because the night before I ate something salty or something like that, then I'm gonna feel like a failure because I don't feel like I've achieved this goal. But if I use that not as a goal, but as a guidepost, so then it's like, well, I would love to be there. So what does going there look like? Well, it looks like working out with my son, changing the way that I eat things, maybe changing the kind of clothes that I buy. Like, what would I buy if I were to look the way that I want to look? Like, what else would I wear? And so all of these things, and there's so much that you can do in that process to feel good about it. And even the joy that I'm finding in this process, I'm using this because it is a specific example. He's 15 years old. He asked me can we start working out, and can you teach me how to work out? He wanted to start working out, and I was like, oh man, I want to do it too, but having a partner would be great, and doing it with you would be like great. And we've been doing it like all the time. And it's awesome, but I'm finding joy in so many different parts of it, even just spending time with him or seeing him progress or doing it together. You know what I mean? All of these things I'm finding joy in, even though I haven't reached the goal that I may have set of, I want to be, and, but it's been 3 weeks. I don't expect to have reached any particular goal yet. So think of it as a guidepost, something to aim for to keep you on track, rather than a place you have to get to. It could keep just being out in the distance. If you're walking somewhere and you want to walk towards something, you kind of have to look out ahead to make sure that you're going in that direction all the time. You don't walk around looking straight down all the time, because you walk around in circles. Anyway, that's number one. Think of it as a guidepost rather than a goal. Number two is you're allowed to reach that goal or guidepost, and you're allowed to change it mid-path or when you get there. There are no rules that say once you set this goal that it's set in stone now. You can't change what you're doing until you get there. You can, because two things will happen. As you're moving along, or as you reach the goal, you're then going to be at a new place. You're going to be on a new platform. You're going to have a new perspective on things. Every step you take is going to be from a new place, and you'll now see things differently. So you may realize halfway through your journey that this goal isn't really what I want. This goal is just unrealistic for me, or I'm not finding joy in thinking about reaching it anymore. Or maybe now you've reached it and you're like, yes, I'm at the top of the mountain, and holy cow, now that I'm up here I can see all these other friggin' mountains, and I want to climb that one and that one and that one. So you're allowed to reach the goal, and you're allowed to change the goal, and you're allowed to change the goal after you reach it or before you reach it. There's no rules to it. But what I'm saying is, think of it as something that's fluid, not as set in stone. You don't have to be committed to it where now you're miserable in trying to get there. But I made a commitment to get there, and so I'm just going to get there whether I hate it or not. That's ridiculous. Don't do that. Don't do it. So number 3 is the most important part, and I say this a lot, is to do the energy work to change this mindset that we might have about trying to reach a goal rather than enjoy the journey there. Because when we can practice doing our energy work, part of what we can do in the energy work, and by energy work, if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you're new here, is doing daily meditations, going for walks, anything where you can kind of get out of the mundaneness of life and just focus on the present moment so that you can get into that quantum state and just allow the unknown to start creating things for you. Meditation is great for it. Yoga, going for walks, exercise, doing our art, getting in the flow, right? Whatever it is that you can do to get into that place where you shut out the outside world and you're just solidly inside your own little bubble of wonderfulness. That's the energy work. And we need to do it all the time. And while you're in there, you can say, help me find joy in the process of moving along. Help me find joy in the, I'm talking to my higher self here, right? Help me find joy in the process of reaching this goal, or help me find wisdom in letting the goal shift so that it's constantly leading me towards something that I find joy in the movement of. We don't reach a thing and then we're happy. We're happy because we can feel that rush of movement towards the thing that we want. Reaching the thing is great for a minute, and then you're like, oh, yes, I did it. All right. Cool. Whew. Now what? I got to do something else now. You know, it's like it lasts for half a second, and then it's over, you know? We like to create. We want to be creating. We want to be creating. We are creators. We are not created-ers. Right? We're not happy because we did the thing. You know, like what is the best piece of art you ever made in your life? Your favorite one ever. Think of that for just a moment. Now ask yourself, whatever. Ask this question. You can't answer me, so whatever. But the next question is, think of that piece of art, that wonderful thing, that most amazing thing. Did you stop being an artist after that? Well, I did it. I made the most amazing piece of art I could ever make. Here it is. Well, I may as well just kill myself now because there's no point in being alive anymore. You know, I may as well not be an artist anymore. I guess I'll go do something else. No, you probably got out another canvas or a pile of clay or whatever the hell you do and started making another one. That's what we do. Thank God that turned off. I'm sorry. Every time I do these at a different time, it's because we're doing something different tonight and people have to take showers to do it. And sorry. Anyway, I don't know if you can hear that. But that's it for tonight. We are creators, not created-ers. Okay? The creation is in the joy is in the creation process, not in getting there. That's the point. Took me half an hour to say it, but here we are. Let us go to the comments. Donna, Mikey, Ray, Amy. Hello, Amy. And Ray wishes I wasn't wearing a shirt. And Donna is saying hi to Blake. And Amy is saying, I don't know what that is. Blake says hello. And Dagmar. Hi, Dagmar. How are you? Dagmar says, hi, busy but listening. Joy is what we follow into our potential treasures. It's the north on our heart's compass. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. Wait, I forgot to breathe. Okay, so the rest of the emotions are also guides not to ignore, to see if maybe we should stop, navigate, and maybe switch our ship's course towards joy. Yeah, right. Everything is a little thing along the way to help us navigate where we're trying to go. And as long as we realize, I need to switch course. Sometimes we say, I need to switch course because I'm heading towards something that I don't like. Let me switch course to something so that now I'm heading towards something that I do like. But really, what we should be saying is, let me switch course because I like doing this a little bit more than I like doing this. Doing this feels better than this does. What's happening in the moment? It's not where we're going. Where we're going is irrelevant. We can go around in circles. It doesn't matter as long as we're finding joy in the process. So thank you for that. Karina says, I made it. Hey, that's good. I thought you were driving kids around town. It's kind of funny. Where do you live? Because you said I'm driving kids out of town to go to prom, and it's just like that's not a thing we say around here because Long Island is so packed. It's like nobody ever says I need to get out of this town because the next town is like 5 feet away, and it's the same freaking town basically. It just has a different name, and so out of town for us is like I don't know. We'd have to go off Long Island through New York City up into upstate, which is anything north of the Bronx to us. And so I don't understand what out of town means. Is the next town like 50 miles away from you? I don't know what that means. But anyway, you're here. The kids can go to prom later. So thanks. I'm glad you're here. Donna says, make new pathways in your brain. Yeah, right. Because the pathways in our brain are the things that we've just been thinking all the time. Sometimes I call it head trash. It's just I just have this belief that when I get this thing, then I'll be happy. But we need to change that to let me be happy now. What can I do to be happy right now? And as long as I'm on the path to that other big thing, it doesn't really matter, if I get there or not, because I'm happy now. And the big thing might change before I even get there. Muscle shirt. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. We're getting there. Ha ha ha. I said something funny. Blake, I like the guidepost example instead of goal setting. Cool. I'm glad you like that. Yeah, the guidepost thing is I like it because it gives us something to aim for. I like the idea of, like I said this in my vision one, about having a vision for your life, like this big grand vision that you have for what you want in life. And think of that as a guidepost, but you could have other goals. I want a house, I want a car, I want this career, I want this relationship, I want to make a series of art, like that. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It could be big, it could be small, it could be end of life, it could be next week. It doesn't matter what it is. But it's a goal. And sometimes we give so much importance to the goal that anything short of the goal just sucks. And that's missing the point. That's completely missing the point. The goal is just something to move towards. It's the movement that brings us joy. How many ways can I say that? The reason I keep repeating it is because I need to make those new grooves in my head. You think he'll remember his comment and make the connection? No. Do the doing, as LP would say. Yes, exactly. Maybe? Are you guys having a conversation with you? I don't know what maybe means. And are you answering Ray's question? No. Yeah, no, I don't. And Catherine's here. Hello, how are you? Sunk cost fallacy in goals is important to remember. Yeah, that's a really good point. The sunk cost fallacy, what she's talking about, if you don't know, is that sometimes we create a goal, a thing that we're moving towards, or a thing that we put so much faith and belief in that even as we're moving toward it and we realize this isn't working, or I hate this, or whatever, we continue to move toward it and work for it anyway, for weird reasons. And they could be, well, I already told everybody I was doing this and I'm going to look like an idiot if I don't do it, so I got to keep doing it. Or I've already invested so much money in this that if I gave up now, I would just lose it all. Maybe if I try even harder and hate every minute of it, I can get that money back. Wow, that's a real, these are like great paths to just Shitsville. You're not going to like going there. And so thanks, Catherine. That's a really good point. I could do a whole daily fuel on sunk cost. I'm glad I knew what that was. We are all a work in progress. We are a work in progress, and it's the progression that is the joy. It's not the I'm done. You know what done means? I mean, put me in the ground. I'm done. That's what it means. We don't want to be done. Just you want to keep moving forward. Moving forward, we're like sharks in the water. We have to keep moving forward. Can't ever stop. Metaphorically speaking, you can hang out on the couch and take a day off if you want. Late, sorry, I'm here. It's too late. The beginning of this just stunk because you weren't here, and it's fine now, but whatever. I'm teasing you. Dagmar wrote an essay. Here we go. Sometimes we build walls, not to feel pain, sadness, but it also blocks the rest of our feelings like joy. So feeling all there is to feel. Oh, okay. I didn't know if that was an I or an L. I see it. So feeling all there is to feel, and then see the unfolding as always, and follow that in focus at your own rhythm and time. Also, during dishes, enjoy the rainbow bubbles. So even if you're like doing the dishes, you're saying you can enjoy the rainbows and the bubbles, right? Like you can find joy even in the mundane tasks of life that you have to do, no matter what you're doing, right? Find the joy in it. It's every moment. Kids, again, great examples. Our inner kids can help us big time in the joy part. Yes, absolutely. So that's a really good reminder. Thank you. My kids are my best pieces of hearts. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I know. I feel that. I lose time, Amy says, in the process of creating. I lose time in the process of creating. It just takes me out of time and space, and I'm just somewhere, sometime, but nowhere in no time. Now, Dr. Joe Dispenza calls being in no time, being nobody, calls that being in the eye of the needle, being in that quantum state. That is the state where creation happens, where the miracles happen, where you're connected, where you are in sync. Your vibration as your physical human self is in sync with your vibration as your spiritual bigger being self, and that is where the crap just starts to happen and really come to fruition for you. If we could do that every day, his advice was always meditate and do whatever you need to do to get into that state, to feel that state. And don't get up from your meditation until you feel like a different person. Even it could take 20 minutes, it could take 10 minutes, it could take an hour and a half. Don't get up. This has to be your job. And it does. It creates miracles. It's where the miracles happen. So that is why I say that art is our secret weapon. We have the ability to do that by doing the actual thing we love to do. And really a lot of people do, but we can create it, we can articulate it, we can make something that looks like it, we can do so much, and it's really a gift. So thanks, Amy, for that, because we lose time in it. Creation addicts. Yeah, definitely. Me also. Whatever we were talking about, also, Donna. Don't know what it was, but we'll see. Yes. Late because on a roll creating and forgot the time. But glad I got last bit of joy from Daily Fuel. Oh, good. I was teasing you, but I'm glad that you're here. You'll replay later. Okay, cool. Where's the thing? There it is. Amy says, creating in joy is like listening to your favorite song and being unable to control that feeling of singing along at full blast, regardless of the fact that you are tone deaf and can't hold a note at all. Well, I don't know what that's like, because I'm a really good singer. But I do know what it's like, feeling that, getting in the zone. Lots of things can put us in the zone. Whatever you need to do to get into that feeling place. And sometimes the interesting thing is that we don't know we're in it when we're in it. We realize it after the fact. Like, have you ever been like just doing your artwork or doing what Amy just described, and then when you're done doing it, you come out realizing like, wow, where the hell was I during that? You know, that's a wonderful feeling. Even if now you're like, oh, I want to get back in there, but it doesn't matter. You were in there, and when you're in there, that's when the real creation works. Joy you feel. You cannot think it. Nah, you can't think it. You have to feel it. Exactly. That's right. That's my excuse tonight. Well, you're still getting demerits. I hate to tell you. It's going in the book. I've got a book, and I put everybody gets demerits, and you don't know what they mean or that I'm even doing it, but now you do, and you just got them. So there. That's what you get. Be in the being. Yep. Be in the being. Just be here. And man, you're absolutely right. It's like when you're focused on the goal, how do you get to the goal? You have to do things. You have to figure out, well, how can I get there? And you like think of the goal and you reverse engineer it and you try to figure out how to get there, and let me try this. And that's when you're like, well, that guy got there, so let me try doing what he did. And the next thing you know, it's like, that stinks. I hate doing that. But if you can just be in the being, then the goal moves to you. Ooh, I like that. What if let's change the paradigm here for just a second. What if it's not getting anywhere? What if it's not even movement anywhere? What if we aren't moving and when we're in that joy, everything is just rushing past us and rushing toward us and rushing into our lives. It's rushing to get to us. What we want wants us too. And when we're in that joy moment, when we're in the zone, when we're losing time, when we be in the being, it's rushing to us. Have you ever heard the Einstein theory that I think it was him. It probably. But anyway, the idea is we think of gravity, right, as like I have this pen, and when I drop it, it just falls and it lands in my hand, right? But in reality, everything in the universe is attracted to each other from gravity. So when the pen is let go and falls, we only see it fall from our perspective. But what is really happening is the pen is moving towards my hand and moving towards the earth. And the earth and me and everything in my house and everything moved up to meet the pen also. But we don't see it that way because I also moved up to meet the pen, and all we see is the pen moving down. But that's not what happened. And so we see this goal, and we see it all the way over there, and I need to get my ass all the way over there to get to this goal. So we just think of it as this process of moving toward that thing. That's not what happens. If we try to move toward it, then it's moving around and we can't get to it, and it's hard work and we have to figure it out from here and all that stuff. But if we are just being in the being, then it just comes but it just comes right at us. You know what I'm saying? So thanks, Blake. That was a good one. Ooh, I like that, Blake. Yeah, me too. And Catherine's writing essays now. Since you're bringing up Dr. Joe, I did his morning meditation 2 times this morning and landed in a 2-hour lucid dream session. Isn't that cool? Yeah. Almost missed brunch. Oh, no, we can't miss brunch. I love the lucid state. It's cool. I wonder how many artists get their inspiration from lucid experiences, because I saw some really cool, weird shit. Anyway, yes. Lucid states, lucid dreams, they're really, really interesting. That's a cool thing. I love Dr. Joe. I love his stuff. I have a hard time doing his actual meditations. It's like I read his books and I go through the process that he says to do in the meditation, but listening to his actual recorded meditations, something about it just annoys me. I don't know what it is. Not the process. I'm into everything he says to do. I just don't like listening to his voice when I'm meditating. I don't know why. Oops, I turned it off. I wish I could show how I love this. Haha, one day I will try to write it out. Go for it. Draw it out. Crimson's here. Hello. Hello. How are you? Nice to see you. Okay, who is Dr. Joe? I need him in my life. Is that a question? I think you meant, who is Dr. Joe? I need him in my life. Not, who is Dr. Joe? I need him in my life. Anyway, I'm making fun of you. Sorry. Dr. Joe Dispenza. Dispenza. Look him up. There were a whole bunch of Daily Fuels that I did several months ago, back in like January, February, where I was reading his book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. And he was talking about the process of figuring out this piece of head trash that we have, understanding what it is, being able to look at it and being like, wow, that's a piece of shit. And then redesigning it, changing it, and then practicing thinking differently so that you literally change who you are. You break the habits that you have. It's Dr. Joe Dispenza. Life is a lucid dream, really. Well, yeah, that's a whole nother cool theory, right? Dagmar likes that. I'm not sure what that is, but cool. I'm sure it was something very, very awesome. Haha, Dr. Joe, LOL, is that a drug? No, it's a guy. Okay, God, it's early in the morning. All right, I don't know what that means. But I know it's early because you're in Australia. But anyway, wow, it's really early there, right? Well, I don't know. What time is it there? Is it 7 o'clock? Is it 8 o'clock? I don't know. What part of Australia? Is Australia just one time zone? I don't know. Outside of people in the United States don't know anything about other countries. We just don't. It's very sad. But Haley says, mind eye Too wide, mind's eye, too wide, LOL, I will throw up. Don't need Dr. Joe. You don't have to. It's not required reading. It's just a thing you can. Didn't see him, heard the name a lot. He's really cool. My wife and I like him. I know a lot of people in here like his stuff. If you're interested, he's definitely worth looking into. There are so many people who teach law of attraction kind of stuff. Dr. Joe's style is very scientific, and which appeals to me. So if you listen to him and his stuff vibes with you, then cool. There's like a million things of his you can listen to. You don't have to go buy his book. You can look him up on YouTube and just listen to him talk for 10 minutes because he says the same thing. That's it. Dagmar is the last comment. So Dagmar, as of this moment, you have the booby prize, and we can be done. Today's Saturday. Okay, so tomorrow's Sunday. I'm gonna take a day off from Daily Fuel. We'll be back on Monday. Nope, Dagmar, you just lost the booby prize. Like, oh, look at all these people. Michael Rhodes is good too. Oh, I never heard of him. I'll look him up. Unless I forget. Dr. Joe's meditations can be really weird. He does the meditation voice that way, so you disassociate him from the meditations. Yeah, I know. And what happens to me is, if he had just done his regular voice, I'd be able to listen to him. But he does it so weird that now I'm focused on why does his voice sound so weird that I can't get into the meditation. And I think that's what it is. So his plan backfired with me. And what are you going to do? No big deal. I still read the thing and I practice it my own way. It's 8 a.m. 2 time zones, I think. I'm East Coast. Okay, cool. We'll have to watch the replay. Awesome. Go do that. You can't do that until I finish. So let me finish so that Crimson can go watch the replay. Or, you don't have to do it immediately. You can wait 5 minutes. You can take a pee break or something like that. And then watch the replay. And then that's it. So, all right, tomorrow, day off. Monday, back to it. And I will see you then. Have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for being with me today and this entire week. And keep posting stuff in the group. And that's it. All right. So Crimson, you have the booby prize. I will see you guys Monday. Have a good night, except you, Donna. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.